1, 2, 3, clap. I still have to alter my claps because of my finger. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Hi, and welcome to Hey Buddy, Nice Podcast. Over there in Scotland, friend of Emelaro. I can't even say his name. That's Brogan Hastings. Friend to all, Brogan Hastings.
Not this fucking week. Over there still showing off his crappy pinky. It's Wayne Giovinazzi.
Yeah. What's wrong? What is wrong with this pinky? What is wrong with it? Look at that nail. It's not good.
See when you put it up close to the camera, it goes out of focus. Therefore, it is crappy.
Okay, all right. So it's not crappy because you didn't want to look at it. It's crappy because it went out of focus. I know it's
bad. I can't see it.
It actually doesn't look that terrible now. It's just the weird nail that's like, I don't know. I just want it to fall off at this stage. Do you know what we have to do this episode, even though neither of us are feeling it?
No.
I don't know what you said. Did you say something? You were like, God.
No, I didn't.
Okay, we don't need to celebrate anything. We just have to say that last episode, which is only going up today, was the 150th episode of Hey Buddy Nice Podcast, and we did not realise we did not mention it once.
We didn't care.
That's right. I think that's more about what it was. We didn't care. There's not much care going on at all. So this episode, I say we commit sees the light of day no matter what, no matter how terrible it is, with all of Brogan's yawns.
Speaking only for myself, I am hanging on by the fucking skin of my teeth. This has been a week.
By the corner of a weird fingernail that almost got cut off.
I am home alone, and you know what? I quite like being home alone. You know,
yeah?
It's nice. It's like my own little holiday. But the thing is, being home alone, there's nobody in the house to be disturbed, which means when I work overtime, I don't feel like, oh, look at that, it's 9 o'clock, my parents are going to bed, I should turn off the laptop because I don't want to disturb them. No, I'll work until 11 o'clock at night because I got shit to do.
Your parents go to bed at 9 o'clock at night?
I don't think they go to sleep.
That seems really early.
My mum and dad are like early sleepers.
Oh, okay. All right.
And my mum usually goes upstairs and like sticks her audiobook on and sits and does a puzzle book for a while.
That makes sense. Yeah, audiobooks. I should start listening to audiobooks again. Are you listening to any books or reading, or you just don't have time for that?
I don't have time for anything. I genuinely... Someday, I know that people have sent me messages on Twitter and Facebook and stuff, and I'm like... I'm aware they're there. I have no energy to answer them. I have no energy to look at anything. The fact that I've even managed to click login today is a fucking goddamn miracle.
Yep. So wait, you log in every time, or you just you mean click the button that takes you to the website, or do you put in your username and password every time?
I meant log on as in open up the Zoom window.
Oh, to this. I thought you were talking about social media.
Oh fuck no.
This is very much what this. This is very much what this episode is going to be. It's going to be misunderstood talkings from both of us.
Mm-hmm. I keep nodding and forgetting that this is audio.
Audio-based format, yeah.
Audio-based format.
Maybe we should hit record on the video as well. That's probably a bad idea. Because one, they're going to see you yawning all the time. Two, they're going to see my fucked up pinky finger. But yeah, I guess 150 episodes means something to someone. So there are people out there who have listened to every single episode of Hey Buddy Nice Podcast. And you know what? I feel bad for them. Because there's some terrible fucking episodes. This is probably going to be one of them.
They can't all be winners.
No. Just like Inside Number 9.
Yes.
I
love Steve and Reese so much.
I think I wanted to go with that title. The Hey Buddy Nice Number 9, Get Inside. But
I don't think I even read all the titles because by the time I opened your message, you had already sent a title card. I was just like, cool.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't have time to do anything, so I was just like, I've got a photo of the magic shop. Let's use that. I'll draw a PIF sign. I'll download a Disney font. The end. That's
I barely
how easy
had time
that
to
was.
upload the fucking audio.
Yeah, right.
I literally, because I usually do it the same day we record, but for some reason I ended up not doing it last week. Or I thought I had and it hadn't uploaded.
Yeah.
So Wayne messaged me, was like, will you stick your audio on the drive? I was like, cool, I'll do that. I'm driving to Glasgow right now. I'll do it when I get home. I came home, grabbed a drink from the fridge, came upstairs and worked until like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And then went into the office the next day and was like,
oh, man. Screw that chestnut. Yeah, I mean, I didn't need it until today anyway, so it was fine.
I think you'd already said something like that.
Yeah, so I tried to reiterate that a couple of times because I figured you were busy with work and stuff. Or, living a lavish party life, being in a house all by yourself, throwing these wild raves and shit.
Some people have to worry about their kids throwing parties and stuff when they go on holiday. My parents have to worry about me taking apart things, rearranging rooms.
Yep.
Like, I shouldn't be left to my own devices. It's a bad idea.
They get home and you've just dismantled their dresser drawers and taken apart their bed frame.
I was this close to because I rearranged my room and I rearranged the office where I'm sitting in now. Had a big clean out. But last night I was sitting there thinking, I was like, do I have time to rip out my built-in wardrobe before Mum and Dad get back? I've wanted to do that for ages. And the only thing that's stopping me is the fact that it's a dumping ground right now, and it would, if Mum and I swear to God, if Mum and Dad were away for another week, I would do that.
If you rip it out, are you just gonna mosey on down to IKEA and buy something new? What's the plan there?
Well, I don't keep clothes in my built-in wardrobe. I have boxes under my bed. I just keep junk.
Okay.
In there, so it needs cleared out anyway. But
hang on,
I've always hated it.
You keep your clothes that you wear in boxes under your bed?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I know you can get drawers that go under beds and stuff. What? I'm not picturing cardboard boxes.
They're like zip fabric bags.
Okay, gotcha. I was picturing 40-liter container tubs and stuff like that.
No, it's boxes that are specifically called underbed storage.
Yeah. I'm not judging. I'm just stating fact because I don't even have enough storage for all my clothes. Sometimes it gets so bad that I just separate my clothes into multiple piles next to my bed. So I've got dirty, kind of clean, doesn't smell but has been worn, and clean. And then I've got my wardrobe where I've got stuff hanging up and drawers and then shit just shoved in as well. That's
what mine used to be like, and I'm like, I'm just going to get boxes so I can shove it in the box and zip it up.
Yeah. So is your bed a bed frame or is it a box base? It has to be a bed frame, right?
Bed frame.
Yeah. So mine's a base and a mattress. So there's half a foot clearance. Where did you park the van?
I can't.
It's a mattress on top of a bed base box.
Yeah.
Thing, yeah, and it's got caster wheels, or no, just casters, or whatever they are. No, it doesn't have wheels, does it? No, it's just got legs. We're talking the ins and outs of beds today here on Hey Buddy Nice Podcast.
I think I'm maybe on my third bed since that room's been painted. My room needs painted so badly though.
When was the last time it was painted?
It would have been about 2018.
Okay, so what, 7 years ago?
Jesus. That can't be right.
6 years. Yeah, I did the math because 2018 was when I started not so good at this comic. And today or yesterday, within the last 24 hours, it showed up on my memories, Facebook memories, that 4 years ago today, my comics were on the big fucking tower screen in Perth. And I did the math on that, how long ago that was. And I did the math from when I started. Because I posted it on Twitter saying I thought this was going to be as far as my comics got.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that was after 2 years. And now we're 6 years in. And fucking, yeah.
No, it's just because it was literally just after I'd went back to work from being off with glandular fever that my room got painted, and I'm like, it was that long ago. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yep.
But
2018. What was I doing in 2018? Oh, yeah. I was doing commissioning.
But the wall's been scraped in a couple of places beforehand, and I tried to patch it up. So now there's just, and it's the same color paint, but because of the amount of time, you can see the patches, and I'm like, that was a bad idea.
And did you patch it? Did you spackle it properly? Did you fill the hole and sand it down?
There weren't holes.
The scratches, same thing.
It's not the indents you can see. It's the paint.
It is just the paint? Okay.
It's the paint.
Did you stir the paint before you used it? I know this is going back. You may not remember.
If this is a reference to something, I don't know what it is.
I'm legitimately asking. My father was a painter.
I only patched it up 4 months, just before I went to Vegas.
Oh, okay. I get it now. I thought you've been looking at this for the last 2 years, being like, man, I can't stand that patch of paint that's slightly off.
Oh, no, I've been looking at scratches for probably about that long, and then went, I should probably do this. And then I did, and I went, I shouldn't have done that.
I should not have done that.
I should not have done that. So I'm trying to cover it all up, and
There's things that are being patched on walls here as well, because I punched them. But you can clearly see it still. Yeah. So what are your house walls made out of? Obviously, I assume bricks and stuff. But have they got plaster over them, or I don't know, plaster board? Do you even know?
Drywall.
Drywall. Yeah. So
I believe.
Sheets of drywall. Yeah. Because that's in WA, I think the houses need to be made of brick.
Mm-hmm.
And then drywall put over it. But in other states, they can just be wooden frames or steel frames with drywall attached.
That freaks me out.
Yeah, it doesn't I think you need a brick house. I just think it's if we've learned nothing else from the Three Little Pigs,
that's exactly what I was thinking.
And you got foxes in your house right now. Not the same as a wolf, but if they tried hard enough together, they could blow it down if there was no bricks.
For the listeners, I don't have foxes in my house. Wayne is referring to statues.
They are foxes. And there's also a family of dogs.
My little bluey figures.
Your little bluey figures. I've
also got Mothra and Godzilla behind me.
Yeah. Did you watch that episode of Bluey? The long one where they were selling the house?
Yes.
Yeah.
You see, I've seen every episode of Bluey that is available in my country.
I'm just making sure. Sometimes I think about Bluey's dad kicking down that for sale sign.
Bandit. I love Bandit.
Yeah. He seemed pretty angry.
He's an archaeologist.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Does he walk around saying, that belongs in a museum?
Not in front of the kids, but he seems like the type that would.
Yeah. You know that meme where it's Anakin and Padme? Yeah.
In the field.
In the field. There was one where it was Indiana Jones, and he's like, this belongs in a museum. And it's in a museum of its home origin, right? In a museum of its home origin, right?
Yeah. It don't belong in a museum. It's someone who is on the same island as the British Museum.
Yeah.
No, it fucking don't.
Let's see. I'm gonna refer. I don't know. All right. Let's start. Let's go with this one. So I wrote a letter to Pod Therapy.
Okay.
And they addressed it on this past episode.
Okay.
And I didn't want to listen to it. I was like, it was the anxiety and all that. I don't think I even wanted to know, because it was to do with stuff that we've talked about here. So I was like, whatever, I don't give a fuck. But things with dealing with undeserved guilt and trying to be able to trust therapists. And I was putting it off, and then I eventually ended up listening to it, and I don't know, I had nothing to worry about, that's for damn sure, because the way that they answered the question, a good half the time, they were basically talking to other therapists, right? Not even addressing the question. They were like, oh, yeah, some therapists are like this, blah, 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 but what they should really do is blah, blah, blah. It's like, guys, this is not... Am I meant to take this and play a therapist what you're saying?
Yes.
I don't know.
Get a life coach.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the answer. That's always the answer.
That is the answer. Just get a life coach. Yeah. I mean, they eventually sort of got around to something a little bit useful, which was, I mean, it's shit that I was already saying to therapists anyway. It's like, this is what I want to focus on, blah, blah, blah. But Jim made a point of saying that trauma is treated differently to depression. So I go in there saying, oh, I'm depressed, blah, blah, blah. This is reasons. All they hear is, oh, depression. Okay, we'll treat that with the rule book kind of thing. Whereas apparently trauma is treated completely differently. So that's what I would have to go in there with. But
start with that.
Still, people go listen to Pod Therapy. It's still a good show. I feel like I get more out of listening to them answer other people's questions than my own. But yeah, it's worth listening to Nick, Jim, Whitney, and the other one, audio guy, Jacob, life coach audio guy, Jacob. Yeah.
He worked hard for that title. He deserves to be called as such.
Yeah.
I believe it's Dr. Jacob Life Coach.
See, he only became a life coach when you actually employed his services. Before that, he was just a so-called life coach. Yeah, just a guy saying it.
I paid him for his services.
True. And paid in full.
I've talked about, I was very surprised that the advice that Jacob gave me was very genuine and made me tear up.
Aww. Yeah, it's... At one point, Jim did mention, I can't remember his exact words, but I was like, oh, you son of a bitch. But it's like, I really... what did he say? I can't remember. I don't think it was admire, but it's like, just for like writing in, because like from another podcast, and he went on to say how like, think it's important that like podcasts do talk about mental health and stuff like that. So I thought that was all right that he said that. I was going to send him a message, but I never got around to it. And he doesn't listen to this show, so he'll never know. But at least I don't feel concerned that Jim actually secretly hates me. Oh,
I just assumed that everyone hates me at all times.
Right, I was going to bring this up. Because of precise things that happened tonight. I was going to say, do you ever walk around just thinking that other people look at you like, the fuck? Who the fuck is what are they?
I don't give a fuck about the general public. I give
no. I'm talking about
specifically. People. I give a fuck specifically if Matt Donnelly hates me. I don't know why I fixate on if Matt Donnelly hates me, but genuinely, it breaks my heart to think about.
Yeah. So it is just a Wayne thing then, being at work and thinking that like everyone's like, the fuck this fucking guy.
Oh, I know everybody hates me at work, but that's fine. The nature of compliance.
Yeah.
No one like you. It's not personal.
Yeah.
But,
like there was an incident.
They sit there thinking "fuck you," and both the boss and I answered phone calls yesterday at separate times and turned to each other and went, were we too mean? Was I too mean? Was I too ratty? And we were both like, yeah, but A, they deserved it, and B, they're asking the same fucking question that they've asked before, and we weren't rude, so that's about as good as they can get.
Yeah. See, I don't get that luxury to be like that towards people in this job. Unlike my last job, where I could be a bit like that. This one, no. Like, there was I'm calling it an incident. It was nothing. But it was last delivery of the night, right? And it was a scheduled delivery, and it'd been there all day, and it was scheduled for 8:30, right? So I knew it was there, but didn't really pay much mind to it because there's 3 people on who could do deliveries tonight. Anyway, boss lady comes out, looks me in the eye and says, that 8:30 delivery is ready now. I'm like, okay, cool. So I go to get it, and then the waitress who's packing up the delivery just sort of looks at me funny. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? I'm like, I was told that 8:30 delivery is ready to go. And I see her looking off back into the back of house where co-worker is a young guy, he's 22. And like, he's just like, I don't know, shrugging his shoulders. And she's like, what's going on? And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I don't give a fuck. I'm taking this delivery. I'm going. And I take it. And then I think I kind of realized maybe he wanted to take this delivery or something like that. Maybe he knows the people. I don't know. But you fucking, sure, you're young, but
why not just say that?
Be a fucking adult about it and say something. You see me walking out based on an order I've been given by the boss. If you want to take this delivery, fucking say something and do it. But no, instead, I'm driving back to work and I'm thinking, fucking hell, I'm going to have to say something to this dickhead because he's going to think that I've been a cunt. Well, no, I did. I walked in and I was like, hey man, were you wanting to take that last delivery? He's like, oh, no, it doesn't matter. Yeah. I'm like, oh, sorry, man. Boss told me that it was ready and to go take it. It's like, it's all good. It's like, I don't want to be the fucking bigger person. Why should I be the bigger person?
Well, it's not just that. Don't just stand there and shrug your fucking shoulders. Just
yeah, right? I'm looking at these 2 people having a silent conversation between themselves.
I mean, honestly...
Clearly about me.
I think, honestly, if that happened between, like, me and Mighty, I'd just be like, if somebody is offering to answer an email rather than me, fucking take it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. It's like end of the night as well, like cleanup time. I'd rather stay and get shit done because I know how to fucking do it fast. But instead, I'm out there. Yeah. Stupids. But yeah, I don't know. People I do appreciate, though, are people who drop in my drawing streams. Because, like, I don't know, it's been a long time since you've been to a drawing stream. I kind of miss you dropping in on the drawing streams. But I understand. You were just trying to...
I never see alerts for your drawing streams anymore until I wake up and hours after the fact.
Exactly. You're no longer trying to weasel in on my life. I'm no longer actively
trying to win your friendship.
Yeah, exactly.
Friendship secured. I can stop trying.
I was going to say, because now you know it's something you'll never obtain.
It's like, it doesn't matter at this point. He can't get rid of me.
Yeah, you're stuck.
See, that's the difference. I'll just assume that you hate me and be like, same as usual.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck. We're still recording the podcast.
So we've got a job to do. Co-workers can hate each other.
Exactly.
Just look at Penn and Teller.
Being co-workers has worked fine for them for almost 50 years.
Exactly.
Fucking hell, 50 years, man.
I do have to say, though, when I messaged you saying, I don't know if we're going to record this week, and, I mean, I figured, like, you're busy with work and stuff like that. I can't remember what your response was. I'll see if I can find it. Oh, yeah, I was like, it's still early, don't know if it'll be down to record, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, no worries, dude. Look after yourself, play it by ear. No follow-up questions. I was like, all right. Maybe me and Brogan are just co-workers now. This is illogical.
If you send me a message like that, right, I assume that you don't want to talk about it.
Oh, it's just illogical brain. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But then I did message you the next day saying, what did I say? Did you get food? And you're like,
oh, you
yes,
did.
But I think you've messaged the wrong person. I
had
Brogan.
Literally just got back from lunch, so I was like, this is really, really creepy.
Yeah. I'm very concerned about if you've eaten today. And apparently you had sweet chili sweet corn ribs, which sound actually pretty good.
It was really good. I was meeting my friend Vicky for lunch. And we went out to a place. And actually, the place we were going out to, new place in Glasgow, very fancy, very cool. Their order machine broke, so our order didn't get sent through to the kitchen. So we're like sitting there until like... So I get there at 1, and then I have to be back at work for 2, and 1:45, the waitress comes over and she's like, so your order didn't actually get sent to the kitchen. It'll be another couple of minutes. I was like, can I have mine in the to-go box? She was like, sure.
Yeah.
So I was having it when I got back for lunch. But they were good.
Yeah.
I like sweet corn ribs.
What is a sweet corn rib?
It's essentially corn on the cob, but cut into 4.
Taken off the
quarters.
cob.
Not even taken off the cob. Like in quarters, so it's like it's on the corn bone.
And then the sweet chilliness, was it like a dipping sauce, or was it like a sweet chili crumble, or what was it?
No, it was already on, like, drizzled over it. Okay. I think there was some kind of sauce mayo stuff with it. I didn't know. I was like, I'm quite happy with the sweet chili.
Yeah. Wow. Was not even concerned about what it could be. Like, it could have been aioli.
I tasted it, but I was like, it wasn't anything that I was like, ooh. Okay. I did try it, but...
I'm glad at least
it could have been more sweet chili, for all I knew.
Oh, even sweeter, even chillier.
Even sweet, like, as long as it's sweet. That's all I care about. I don't give a fuck about none of this.
Real chili.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, streams. Appreciating, like, the new people that drop into streams and the wide variety of nationalities. Because, I don't know, were you ever in my streams when, like, I would start, like, before I would start the comic, you know, a bit of pre-roll, obviously, for waiting for people to arrive. But then the pre-roll would run out and then still not really many people. So rather than just going straight into the comic, I was doing a thing where I would draw what is, in quotes, in my kitchen, right?
Oh, and I always say,
always something stupid like, oh, there's a ghost in my kitchen. And I'd tell a story about this ghost as I'm drawing it, or like a demon, or like an angsty teenager, which is weird because I don't even have children, let alone have a teenager living in my house.
It just makes me think of that comic with the giant eyeball that is floating in my kitchen.
Galbor? Oh, no. You're thinking of something else. No, Galbor is by my buddy John. I can't remember the name of the comic.
It's an artist that I recognise, but I think it was based off a Tumblr post where someone's like, you know, I walk into my kitchen, you know, hey, what's up? How you doing? A giant floating eyeball that lives in my kitchen.
Yeah.
Stairs.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, it's like, why do I even fucking bother?
Yeah. I'm thinking alarmingly bad. Alarmingly bad. They've got a running bit with Galbor, the all-seeing eye, I think is what it's called. And it's like a big floating eyeball, but it's like in regular day situations, but like, here's a giant, weird, floating fucking eyeball. So
that would be really funny if that was actually him.
Yeah, take a look. Just search Galbor alarmingly bad. See if it's it. And while you do that, I'm going to go grab another drink.
Okay.
And you know what? We're not even going to edit this out. We're just going to edit out the silence, and that is it. Oh, I'm all tied up in my cable. I'm stuck. I can't get out. There we go. All right, I have returned. Did you find Galbor?
I didn't find Galbor. I found the comic, and I don't think it is Galbor.
Oh, show me the comic.
I've just sent it to you.
Oh, look at that. I got a ding. Yeah, no, that is not Galbor. That is very different. Same vibe, though. Same energy.
Yeah.
But yeah, today I started my comic stream. Same sort of thing. I didn't draw what was allegedly in my kitchen. I drew a dream that I had. The last dream that I had before waking up. Right? Okay. And as usual, fucking weird dream, stressy as well. But the problem me trying to explain this dream is there are people from America, didn't know what I was talking about. People from parts of Asia don't know what I was talking about. There was one Aussie there who knew, and then Gammy came in as well and knew. But even I don't even understand why this happened. Okay, I do. So, you know I've got that spider in my car, yeah? Hanging from
That's in your car?
That's my car, yeah.
Fuck you. Yes, I do.
Yes. It's a, for those who are not aware, it's a 3D air freshener, shape of a big spider. I can't remember. I think it smells vanilla-y. I'm not sure. So there's that. And I'd seen a little bit of Adventure Time on the television or something, and it was Marceline's backstory. So vampires, right? So lots of fangs. Oh, is that the one with
Marcy and Simon?
Yes,
From
I wasn't
series
really paying
4.
attention. Yes, I wasn't really paying attention though, because I'm going to watch it all.
I love that episode.
No, it's how Marceline became a vampire and was killing all the vampires. No, but no, there was a Marceline and Simon part though.
Yeah.
Where Simon was leaving her. But yeah, so lots of fangs as well. So this dream, I'll post the images that I drew of this as well. They're not great. They're very crude because I don't know how to draw. So first of all, you know what a spider is, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you know what milking a spider is? I'll give you a hint. It is not a spider with little udders that you're like milking. That's not what milking a spider is.
It's to do with the web, isn't it?
No.
Is it?
That would be harvesting the web, I think.
I don't know.
Milking a spider is like milking a snake, where you grab the spider, I don't know, with an implement, I'm guessing, and basically force it to bite down on a rubber thing over a vial.
I've seen that.
You collect the venom for medical science for making anti-venom. Right. So we're aware that's what a spider is. We're aware that's what milking a spider is. Mm-hmm. So there's one more thing that we don't know, that majority of people listening will not know what it is. My dream, this so-called spider was an oversized lasagna topper with fangs. Do you know what a lasagna topper is?
Not a clue.
Google it now. But it's basically like a breaded, deep-fried something. I don't even know what it is. It's food. I've never eaten it. I think it's like just deep-fried cheese or something. Or it might be a piece of lasagna, like very small piece of lasagna deep-fried. I have no idea what it is. But it's like this kind of flat-looking, breaded, deep-fried
Oh, it's almost like a lasagna cutlet.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know if it is lasagna inside it, though. So imagine one of those, about twice the size, but also 4 times the thickness, with 2 big fangs sticking out the front of it.
Okay.
So, for some reason, I had to milk this lasagna topper spider. And it's got big-ass fangs. It's like this big. It's like the size of my phone, but like, you can see yourself in the reflection. But like this thick. And it didn't have legs, so it couldn't run around, but it could like squirm and try to get me. So I'm trying to get it to make it bite the rubber thing, which I could only call like a condom on top of
I am very uncomfortable with the direction the story is taking.
On top of a clear Solo cup, right? It's like a plastic dental dam over the top of it with a rubber band. That's what they use when they're milking creatures. So I'm trying to make it bite onto it, and I just couldn't. And it's squirming and trying to get me. And eventually I get it to bite the rubber thing. And like it had been squirting its venom at me. So there was like only like 3 drops that came out. And I'm like, oh, well, my job here is done. So I like just let it go and it does its thing. But then all of a sudden, out of the top of the Solo cup, through these holes in the rubber thing, it's like the venom just starts like spurting out everywhere, like streams of it. I was like, I can't let it touch me, otherwise I'll get spider venomed. And then I woke up. So that's what I drew. It was in my kitchen. So I had to explain all of what those things were that I just explained to you, to all these foreigners, people from a different land to I. That's all. Foreigners sounds a bit rude.
We're at 52 minutes, folks.
We're at 52 minutes total. Including bonus content.
Bonus.
We're at about 35 of real episode. I got a feeling this episode's only going to be about an hour.
If that.
Yeah. Because what else have I got? Oh, so obviously... Oh, you know what? I did log into my PlayStation the other day. And I went to my friends list, and it said that you had not been online for 5 days. So you have been working.
I haven't been online since I got back from Vegas.
Oh,
but
you've turned it on, at least. Because it says that you had not been logged in for 5 days.
5 days is very weird. I wonder if it's maybe on the app. Because sometimes if I get a notification, Yeah. If I get a notification that games are on sale, I'll double check that. But yeah, no
video games.
I'm so tired.
You're not even playing Dragon Ball Z on Game Boy Advance? Wow.
No.
I think there's a new Dragon Ball Z game coming out, isn't there?
There is. Sparkling Zero. I believe that it's supposed to have... I think there was some talk about whether or not it was going to have the GT characters. And let me just say, all Dragon Ball fighting games should have the GT characters. Only because I want Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Because Super Saiyan is the best Super Saiyan. Fuck all this Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan Ultra Instinct. Fuck it. Give me the Pink Monkey Man.
Pink Monkey Man.
Pink Monkey Man.
Yep, this all goes over my head. No idea.
He's cool. Do you know what? Fuck it. Go a step further. Go a step further and start pulling shit from Dragon Ball Superheroes. Or Super Dragon Ball Heroes, whichever the Japanese card game is. Because the card game has little animation in it as well. And fucking, you get a Super Saiyan 4. You get a Super Saiyan 4. Yeah. Everybody gets everything. Give me that. Give me Super Saiyan 4 Bardock. Give me Super Saiyan 4 Gohan. I want all of it. All the things for me.
So, should all the fighters just be Super Saiyan from the get-go? Like, you don't have to, like... I don't know. I assume it's like you get to it, you build up your Super Saiyan level while punching, and then you push a button, and then they go...
I believe in these games, it's a case of they are Super Saiyan from the start. It's just the skin.
Okay. Oh, well, what's the point? What's the point?
It'll probably have different moves. I can't remember.
Yeah, okay. All right. I started playing a new video game today after I did my comic drawing, which we'll talk about that later. But no, this video game, it was literally just made for me. The developer had me in mind. It's called Little Kitty Big City.
I feel like I've heard of this.
Yeah, it's do you want to know what it's about?
Tell me. So Little Kitty in a big city?
Yeah, that's it. But no, it starts off the cat is just lounging on his windowsill in his like third-story apartment, and then something happens and he falls off, and he's got to make his way back home. Or it needs to make its way back home. I'm playing, and I go between calling it he and she depending on what action I'm doing with the cat.
Trans rights.
Yeah, exactly. But look, you can just like knock shit over. It sounds
like collateral damage.
There's a meow button.
Lateral damage.
Cat lateral damage. I did play that. But no, that's not the goal of it. Like, I think you get achievements for knocking over a certain amount of shit and stuff like that. But it's basically an exploration game and collectible game. Mm-hmm. So like you're collecting things for different animals. Like there's a tanuki who wants feathers and stuff, so you got to like pounce on birds. Blah blah blah. Meow meow meow. But what was I going to say? It's gone from my head. Oh yeah, what makes this game better than Stray is that there is a dedicated jump button, and you can jump whenever you like.
I did miss that in Stray.
Yeah, it makes such a difference. My only complaint so far is that the camera is a bit too close to the cat. It needs to be pulled out a bit more. But yeah, I like being an asshole cat in it. Like,
you really could have just ended that sentence quite a few words earlier.
Deep down, I am just a cat. Like, I knock shit over. I'm an asshole. I like to collect things. I like to make people drop their bread, their breaded goods, their bread goods to attract birds to pounce on them, to collect their feathers to give to invented tanukis. Mm-hmm. I like to collect shiny things to give to a corvid so he can give me a fish. Okay, so right, where I'm up to in the story, very early, the cat is talking to a crow. Mm-hmm. And the crow's like, can't you just fly back up there? And it's like, I can't fly. It's like, well, gosh, can't you do that like lesser form of flying that cats are known for? You mean climbing? It's like, yeah, do that. It's like, I can't. I'm so hungry from falling. I can't get back up there. So the crow's like, well, I know a guy who's got a fish. So go collect me 25 shiny things, literally just shiny things, and I'll tell you to go get this fish. But the dialogue options...
Yeah, you're too tired to climb, but you're not tired enough to go find shit.
Exactly.
Cool. Love the logic.
Yeah. But the dialogue options are pretty funny, and I quite often don't know which one to choose. Like, this was like, that sounds like a fair deal, or 25 items. Shouldn't I be getting 25 fish? And but I'm reading it as I'm playing it, but like I'll read the crow saying something, and then I will respond what I think the cat would say. And it does say that. It's like, this writes itself. It's great.
That's funny.
It's perfect. But yeah, that's the game I'm going to be playing, I think, for a little while on stream, because I'm enjoying it. I did play one round of Balatro as well, but I'm not over Balatro by all means. It's just not. I don't think it's a very good streaming game. So, yeah.
We need to set. I've said this every week for the last 3 weeks. We need to get you set up on.
Yeah.
Magic
Last
stuff.
week, I said we would have to get it set up for this week, but it probably wouldn't happen this week. Probably next week, I think, were my exact words.
Next week sounds... I think I'm quite glad that we didn't agree we were going to do it this week.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't think I've got the energy for it.
No, I don't have the mental capacity.
No. Next week might be a good shout.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that's all gone. We're talking about comics, I guess. I feel like as much as I'm starting to feel the burnout, I think the one thing that is not being affected are my comics and my comic writing. I feel like it is on point at the moment. Problem being is I'm so far behind in posting that I see these old ones that I made, and I'm like, these just aren't as good as my current ones. And I'm like 50 comics behind from posting because I just wasn't posting anything. So it's like the style has even changed a little bit, like because there's the new hairstyle on the female characters and stuff like that. I'm drawing a lot more backgrounds as well because I feel like, I don't know, sometimes they just go better with backgrounds. But the last couple of comics, they seem to have taken a bit of a turn in, I don't know. I mean, we're not going to do a comic reading, but one I did, I think, last week was, she says, oh man, I haven't got any in ages. And it's like, yeah, I haven't got any in months. And then she's like, well, how about, you and me? And then the last panel is they're just like holding a bunch of eggs, and like there's a.
I
thing
thought you were
of
going to
eggs.
say. I thought you were making a joke of me, and you were like they were standing in a card shop giving packs of magic cards.
Yeah, same feeling. Like my original version of this comic, it was pizza. So I haven't got any pizza in a while, and it's like, I thought that was funny, but my friend said eggs. And they're just right. It comes across my. This may be the funniest person that I know, and we know a lot of funny fucking. It is because it's just so weird, and they look so happy about. I'll send you. I'll send you it now.
I think I might need to see this one to be convinced.
Let's see. I'll send you both versions. I mean, I really liked pizza. But I think eggs just came... Like, the drawing helps as well. Oops, we're doing not so good at this. So this was my original version, right? And this one was dedicated to Gammy, Seb. Right? So I thought I liked that version, but I just feel like the eggs just seems a bit more out there.
I don't know, I feel like with the pizza one, I get the joke instantly, whereas the eggs one, I'm looking for something else.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, oh, okay.
And then there's a bonus panel. I still haven't decided which one. I might just post both versions, but then the bonus panel is this, which I think is almost the joke. It adds to the comic, where it wasn't going where you thought it was going, then, oh, hang on a second, it did go. But that's obviously a bonus panel for a reason.
Yeah, I'm in Camp Pizza.
Okay. And then I guess keeping up with that theme is this comic as well, where it's like the guy's like, I think I know what will cheer me up, and then at the same time she says sex, and he's going cheese, and then there's like a beat where they're just staring at each other like, huh? And then she goes, why not both? And then last panel, they're in bed all covered in cheese. This was a mistake. I think I like that.
Yeah, I get that one. I like that one.
Yeah. But I think there's 5 jokes in this comic. You got 1 where she says sex, he says cheese. 2, you've got the beat. 3, you've got the classic, why not have both? 4, all covered in cheese. And then number 5 is that it is not all cheese. Yeah, that's the secret joke. Yeah. I don't know. Those are the only 2 that have sort of like had that sort of turn, whereas the rest they're more. I don't know. They're still PG, I guess. But yeah, comics are fun. Oh no, wait, the Rent one as well. I drew a comic and it's got like 5 different endings, and I couldn't work out which one was best. But no. It's like, oh, I don't think I can afford to pay the rent this month. And then the slumlord's like, oh, I can think of a way you can pay your rent. I'm picking up what you're putting down. And then, look, my initial thought was she just gives the guy her kid. And the kid's like, Mama? He's like, I'm your mama now, kid. But I'm like, I don't know. I don't want that to come across like pro-human trafficking or anything like that.
Yeah.
So then I changed it to she's presenting him a bunch of flowers and is like, oh, you. I think that's funnier than a kid. But still, I don't know. I question everything I draw. Even though I feel like I feel like the quality is higher at the moment.
Yeah. I think it's just the last one you were talking about just gave me like flashbacks to an old Vine where it started off cheesy 70s poor music. Guy walks in, somebody order a pizza.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, I did, but I don't have any money. It's like, well, why the fuck do you order a pizza then?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good one. Speaking of why the fuck did you order a pizza? So were you around in the streams when you could redeem Make Wayne Swear?
That, I think, just started after I stopped showing up to the stream.
Yeah,
it sounds so bad when I put it like that.
Oh, look, it's like 1 a.m. your time when I start, so it makes perfect sense. But no, I think it was Gammy requested the first one today. And whoever requests the first one gets to choose the theme of the curse words. Like in the past, we've done Scottish, and pirate. Today, Gammy requested 1930s old-timey gangster swears.
Ooh. Right?
So, I mean, I just want to, like, she, go kill Big Joe, that cunt, she, and stuff like that. But then Chris...
if you're doing Italian gangster, you need to do the Italian hand.
But 1930s, though. 1930s are more like, she, with the okay, boss. That kind of vibe. But Chris had the real joke. He was talking as the 1930s gangster and said something like, go rub him off. Go rub off Big Jim. Mm-hmm. And what was funny is that Ira in the chat, they're from Asia, somewhere in Asia is what they've said. They did not understand any of it. So they're like, I don't understand what that means by rub him off. I'm like, well, you see, Ira, I was like, actually, no, Ira, I'm not going to explain this. Chris,
it's a euphemism.
Chris has made this mess. He can fucking do it. And Chris is like, no, Wayne, you go ahead. I'm like, God damn it. It's like, Ira, it is slang for masturbation, but to another person. So it's kind of, I think you get it, buddy. But yeah, international audiences make it fun when especially when Aussie slang comes up. It's, yeah.
But, actually, you know what? Speaking of Aussie-only things, I meant to ask you. So, another podcast, My Brother and Me, McElroy Brothers, do this thing called McElroy Family Clubhouse, which is live stream on Tuesdays.
Yep.
And some of the episodes are like podcasts where you see the videos, some of the episodes are game streams. Yeah. But they did one where Justin has a bit called Telly Title Tellers, right? And it started when he was in the UK and saw some TV show names and went, this can't possibly be real, and they are real.
Yeah.
But he got sent some by somebody in Australia. So what happens is, you know, he puts up the list of names and the boys have to say which one is the real TV show and just made up the other two. And some of the titles...
Are you going to quiz me?
But no, I'm not. It's not. I'm going to quiz you. I just have to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, are you aware of any of these?
Yeah, go on.
Bobby Dazzler.
I think that's an old show.
It's a very old show. I want to say something like, here's
Humphrey B. Bear. Here's Humphrey with Humphrey B. Bear. Am I familiar with Humphrey? I mean, not as good as Fat Cat.
A man in a bear costume?
Yeah, not as good as Fat Cat. Fat Cat is a lot better. And you've seen Fat Cat. I've shown you photos of Fat Cat. But no, Humphrey B. Bear is the kind of motherfucker who doesn't wear pants. You know, that he Porky Pig in it. And so,
he doesn't.
No.
But they played a clip, right? Because whenever they're like finished guessing, they'll play the clip and it'll be like... so they can see it. That is a real thing. This is the thing of the show. And there's like, they played the Humphrey Bear thing. And it's like, the titles end and it gets to the episodes and it's like 5 minutes of silence with just Humphrey sitting there. And then Humphrey seems very tired today.
What the fuck?
It's like, what the fuck is this? But so there was just stuff like that that's like, what? And what was the other one? Something about a dad. There was a family anyway. But
Hey Dad?
Might have been Hey Dad.
Yeah. We don't talk about Hey Dad.
Why?
Because the guy turned out to be a pedophile. we don't talk about the Hey Dad.
I can't remember if this is the same one or if it was a different one, but there was one that they were talking about where like it was a family, and by like the end of the show the entire family had been replaced. Like there was one character who was the same. I think there was two characters that were the same, but only one person who had been in the show since the start.
From the start, yeah.
I can't remember what it was called, but the family got blown up at the end.
Oh, what? That sounds like a Neighbours plot or some shit, or Home and Away.
Yeah, I'm like determined to find this.
Yeah.
But because there was a couple of ones, and I was like, are these real? So what's the deal with like Bobby Dazzler and shit?
I don't know. I've only heard of it. I've never seen it.
Okay, so what's the deal with Humphrey?
It's a kid's show. So it's just a guy in a bear suit. I think that might have been an edit that they saw with him sitting there for 5 minutes. Humphrey's tired today. No,
I don't think it was like a solid 5 minutes, but it was a long time. Yeah. Dude, what the fuck?
No, yeah, it's just like a kid's show. Play School is another kid's show. Yeah, like here's a kid's show. Fucking The Book Place. Aussies know what I'm talking about. Like it was just like people reading books to the camera, but there was a puppet, a worm, and his name was Bookworm. And he talked like this. Hello, children. It's time to read a book under the book tree.
That sounds like a really bad parody, creepy one. Okay, so I've got it up. Here were the options for choosing, right? Yep. And I knew it was Bobby Dazzler before we started because of something Kez said, right?
Okay.
And I want to see if you know what it is. So the options are A, Bobby Dazzler, B, Shrimp on the Barbie, or C, G'day Mate.
So which one's the real show?
Yeah.
Well, I've heard of Bobby Dazzler, so I know that must be a show. Yeah.
Cool.
But it's also a saying. It's also a saying. That's why G'day Mate, and that is... Yeah.
Yeah, I think... Because I feel like Bobby Dazzler's like Cockney rhyming slang as well.
Yeah, maybe.
But I knew it wasn't Shrimp on the Barbie purely because I will never ever forget Kez going, "The fucking prawns! Fuck!"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're
push
prawns.
up on the Barbie.
Yeah. I'm sending you an image right now of the bookworm from the book place.
Okay, yeah, he's creepy as shit.
Yeah, no shit, right?
But yeah, like, yeah, it was called Here's Humphrey. Was that the same thing as Humphrey Bear?
Yeah. Here's Humphrey, starring Humphrey B. Bear.
And he had a hat.
Yeah, he wears a hat and like a weird collar with a tie, but no shirt and no pants, I think. Or maybe he's got a shirt attached to the collar and tie. A waistcoat. But yeah, no pants.
Like...
Yeah. Yep. Doesn't talk, of course.
There! It took that long for somebody to say something.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, that's creepy. Okay, here's the other one. Here are the choices. I'm going to quiz you on now, because now I have the options.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
A, eat carpet. B, punch kitten. Or C, jumpstart mop.
Eat carpet. Sounds familiar.
Eat carpet is right.
Yeah.
Some kind of weird film thing.
Couldn't tell you what it is. I got the hiccups bad now.
From what I understand, it's like a anthology series.
Oh,
with like mini
yes.
films.
Oh yeah, Eat Carpet was on SBS. Yeah, I know Eat Carpet.
This is so weird. Another one. Choices are A, fling it once more, Daphne. B, I, Paddy, I'll have the usual. Or C, my name's Magooly, what's yours?
You fucking got me on this one. So give me the options again. My name's Magooly, what's yours?
I, Paddy, I'll have the usual.
Mm-hmm.
Or A, fling it once more, Daphne.
Now, the last one, it was Magooly, right?
MCGOOLEY.
Okay, and thinking that can't be real, but then it could. Along the way, like, on the buses, and the goodies would do weird shit, because McGooly, say, ghoulies is slang for testicles.
Yes.
And if you're saying Magoolies, it sounds like you're saying my testicles. So that could be a play on that.
It could be. I don't know if it's just the way I'm pronouncing it, but it's like McGooly.
Oh, no. You would say it Magoolies. Definitely you would. I couldn't tell you. I want to lean towards... What was A again? Not Daphne. Not Flick It Daphne. The other one.
Fling it once more, Daphne, or I, Paddy, I'll have the usual.
I mean, there is casual racism in Australia.
Just casual.
When it comes to the Irish, maybe not so much. I mean, not these days, but maybe this might be from the 60s or something. I'm going to say Paddy. Let's go with Paddy.
Incorrect.
Oh, it's Magoolies, isn't it?
It's Magoolies.
It's Magoolies, yeah.
Apparently he's a crotchety old man who likes to, he's retired and likes to just annoy his son-in-law.
Yep.
Black and white sitcom. Okay, here's the one that really got me.
Okay.
Or it didn't get me. This one where I was like, I feel like this is the most British Australian thing I've ever seen. Okay, the Power Hour featuring Dibley Waynes, the Delilah Experience, or the Naked Vicar Show.
I've heard of the Naked Vicar.
The Naked Vicar Show is correct.
Yeah.
I saw this and I was like, this literally looks like the two Ronnie, like the sets and stuff is set up like the two Ronnies, and you're like, holy shit. Yeah,
it's probably like a sketch show or something.
Mm-hmm.
I probably thought it was British.
Yeah. Here's another one. A, Mr. Squiggle. B, Mistletoe Manor. Or C, Dorothy Come Round.
It's Mr. Squiggle. Have you seen Mr. Squiggle? Talking about creepy fucking puppets. Mr. Squiggle.
Honestly, where I thought you were going when you were talking about the bookworm thing.
Oh no.
But yeah, because it shows the intro, and Mr. Squiggle, like I'm literally watching it right now. Oh fuck.
Yep.
And Mr. Squiggle has a pencil for a nose.
Yes. Do you know the premise of the show?
I don't. I mean, he's like a little clown puppet with but what they do in the intro is they lift the string and his neck extends, and it's like, why?
He's got a neck. Why? Because Mr. Squiggle is not the only character in this show. There's also a human character, but then there's also another puppet character called Blackboard, right?
Okay.
Which doesn't make sense now that I think about it, because it's not like the blackboard's getting drawn on. What would happen is, allegedly, children would send in their drawings to the show, but they would just be like weird lines and dots. Obviously, the art department sorts that shit out. And then they'd put this piece of paper on top of blackboard, who is a grumpy fuck. He's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And Mr. Squiggle with his pencil nose would then turn these like random lines into a drawing. And sometimes it'd be drawn upside down and it'd get turned around. I was like, oh my God, it was a lion all along. And that's why his neck can extend so it can reach the whole paper. Okay. But they're legitimately drawing it with the puppet, I think, as well.
I mean, that's quite impressive because it doesn't look stable. Doesn't look easy to draw with.
No.
But yeah, that's a creepy looking puppet. And the next one, Hey Dad.
That's
Robert
the one.
Hughes.
Robert Hughes is the pedophile, I guess. Yeah.
He does look a little bit like a pedophile,
right?
In that weird sort of like 80s way that they do.
Yeah. The haircut, it's very Jeffrey Dahmer looking with the glasses and that haircut.
Yeah.
But, not...
Smile that doesn't quite reach his eyes.
Oh, God, yeah. The dead eyes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean... So that's the ones. I just thought that was really funny because they went from British TV shows that I was getting every answer right to Australian, and I went, I wonder how many of these Wayne knows.
Yeah. I think there's only one I missed.
Yeah. You only missed Magooly, as far as I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was quite funny.
Yeah, it is
interesting to see you go, oh, I know that, and I'm like,
yeah. Well, weird shows, right? So a couple of seasons ago on Taskmaster, Aussie Sam Campbell. Did you see that series? Really funny guy, kind of a funny looking face. I can't remember what it was, but what the prize task was. But bring in something, blah blah blah, and he brings in this little stuffed duck. And right away, it's like, it's Pluck a Duck. And he's like, this is Pluck a Duck. And Greg's like, okay, you've just brought in a soft toy from home. It's not meeting the brief at all. I can't remember what the brief was. But it's like, okay, then tell me about this duck. Well, he was on a TV show called Hey Hey, It's Saturday. And it was this guy in a duck suit. And like, there was a big wheel that would spin. And then the bike where there was like hundreds of little ducks on it, and this is one of those little ducks, and all the ducks had prizes on them, and like he would just run around and destroy the set and like start fights with people. And Greg's just like, you're just making this up. But no, Pluck a Duck is great. I love Pluck a Duck because it was just like a segment in this like variety show that would called Hey Hey It's Saturday that would air every Saturday, surprisingly. My favorite Pluck a Duck memory is so basically it was the prize game show segment of the variety show, right? So someone would come out, they'd spin the big wheel, land on a prize. The idea is you want to win the car. If they don't land on the car, they then have the option to either take the prize that they landed on or they can pluck a duck. Now, in the early days of the show, they would literally pull a feather out of his butt. Right? Out of a whole bunch of feathers. Yeah. But that then changed to this weird spinning carousel thing where he would get on his bike and like start pedaling and it would spin faster and faster, and all these toy ducks would like flap in and out, and the person would have to grab a duck off and try and get the car.
For how I'm picturing it in my head, is the thing that's spinning around, is it spinning around so the open section is facing upwards or facing out? Like, is it set up like a carousel, or is it set up like a
rotary clothesline? You know a rotary clothesline? The clothesline that, like, it's on a pole. Yeah, I guess so, and it spins around. So imagine all the ducks on that being spun around, hanging off of it. Yeah. But no, he was notorious for like just destroying shit. Like there's one clip that I watched recently where like he literally like destroys the whole fucking thing that's spinning around. But my favorite memory of Pluck a Duck is for some reason it was a little girl that was doing the competition, like for their mum or dad or something like that. So they would spin the wheel and blah, blah, blah. But they always do like a little interview beforehand. And at one point, the hosts ask, "Oh, are you at school?" It's like, "Yes." "Oh, what grade are you in?" "Third." "Oh, and do you get lots of homework?" "Yes." And then Plucker just lunges towards the camera, give him one of these direct to the teachers, like a "fuck you, teachers." It was like, I don't know how they could get away with this at a 6:30 time slot.
Mm-hmm.
It was, weird. I'm going to link you to some good Plucker Duck videos at some point. Where are we at? We're about an hour 10.
That's not bad. God fucking damn it. One of the bears is about to start pitching, so I'm trying to...
That's okay. We're going to wrap up now anyway, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just going to pause us and it'll be like, silence!
We shall wrap up. How do we do this? All right, here we go. If you, dear Cheesebag, have some kind of weird television quiz to ask us if this is real or not, I just enjoyed this. So, and this may be the first thing I've enjoyed all week. Maybe write into admin@nicepodbud.com.
We're not stealing my brother and me's bet, but we're kind of stealing their bet. Yeah.
We don't have much crossover audience, I'm sure.
No.
Or you can go to nicepodbud.com and there's a contact form there. There's even a suggestion box on the sidebar where you can give us suggestions. I think next episode we're going to thank the patrons. We've got some new patrons to thank next week as well. But look, if you are a patron, or even if you're not, check out the Patreon because there's a bunch of bonus content you can get just for a couple of bucks a month. Episodes now weekly of bonus content. I think we recorded I think this is our second week in a row where it's kind of depressing bonus content.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. But hey, maybe there's a couple of jokes. We'll see. But look, if you can't afford to send us a few bucks each month, that's perfectly fine. Just listening every week really makes a difference. And what also makes a difference is sharing our posts and stuff on social media, or even telling people about the show who you think might like it. Because, get that audience up, get some new cheese bags, hey? You can also follow us on all social media at NicePodBud. Interact, share, liking our posts. That helps a lot. But you can also talk to Brogan directly if they check their inbox at 7 billion needles.
Yeah, try again in a couple of weeks. And you can talk to Wayne directly at Wayne Geo.
I'll probably answer pretty straight away. I might see it. It might get a blue check mark saying it's read. Doesn't mean I just might be a bit too busy to type at that time. That's all. I will get back to you.
You might be safer speaking to Wayne to speak to me.
Yeah, speak to Brogan through me. That's the way to go. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and having a listen.
As always, stay fresh, cheesebags.